Dun, 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 dun. It was time for the weekend of trainings weekend, if you will. So essentially, I would be going off to Zeeland for the weekend to do some very intense training. It was a lot of running on the dunes, but I'll get to more of the training in detail later. So here's what I was packing. I packed one little bag full with hygiene and one more of those little bags with more running-like necessities such as KT tape, recovery oil, and those energy pellets. That was just in case there was no coffee, which there wasn't, by the way, but I ended up drinking tea instead of coffee and avoiding the energy pills because, we like to sleep, which we didn't end up doing anyway, but that's besides the point. The KT tape is also what held my bones together during this race, but that's fine. I also had my cap because it was also like 5 degrees there, flat, didn't change, it was always freezing. Another pair of shoes because obviously I was going to ruin both. I mean, we were running in sand, what did I expect? But anyway, let me cut to the chase. I was in a room with 5 other girls, and, women should I say, and we were all, meant to bring our own stuff, and we were also responsible for our own breakfasts. And at first I thought I overpacked, but in the end I realized that I had very much underpacked. But here's what I had brought in terms of food, because I thought we were bringing only breakfast. Because applesauce, because it's easy to digest, and honestly when I'm training so much I need that. Protein bars, Trek is the preferred brand, because I would be a raisin without my protein, we all know that. I also had my prunes, because that's essential for my existence. I don't go anywhere without them. I had some rice waffles because yes, and then I also had chocolate milk because recovery, I didn't know how many kilometers we'd be doing. We'd go into that later. Some very important gummies, we all know that. It was going to be cold, so I needed to make sure I had the things for your throat, like sore throat, because yes. And let me give you a little idea of where we're going. 70 kilometers or more, I'm not even sure, away. So I needed coffee to keep me awake the whole evening. And oh, look, we're here. Here's a room tour. It was 3 floors. You had the living/kitchen room on the first ground floor, you know what I mean? And then the other 2 were just bedrooms. On Friday evening, everyone was arriving, so we all congregated at one of the bungalows, and you would think, there would be alcohol because it's like a party, but, instead there was tea. We didn't end up running because I didn't read the program that Friday was a rest day, so while everyone else was just chilling in jeans, I was in my running clothes in a winter coat.
Hi guys, so we just arrived. Well, not just, I've sort of been here for half an hour, just sort of trying to. There is also, the means of making coffee in the morning, which is very nice to see.
After that evening, it was the next morning. I had applesauce for breakfast. We finished the first training. It was great, but then I realized I had no food for lunch or the next morning, so we drove to the nearest Albert. Hi, and since everyone around me brought food worth for 7 days and I brought nothing, so I bought all of this. Then I ate some as I was ravenous and proceeded to do my physics, and after that it was time for our long run, 75 minutes. It went pretty good. Here's my kilometers for the day, pretty big. Then we prepared the feast for everyone. Each room had to prepare a different dish, some taste tested, but in the end we all got together and it was great. The next morning we all had to do fartleks. I did 45 minutes. Was absolutely ravenous and wanted to sue whoever came up with the idea of fartleks, and then had my lunch, which was 5 of those with peanut butter, not that, and then more physics because it's a lot of IB stuff. And let me show you what happens if you put 30 runners in one area. Yes. And this was us after hill sprints. We had finished the training and it was honestly really fun. I really did enjoy the weekend. The kilometers for the day were even bigger than the day before, so The next thing that happened was a bit of a blur since everyone just packed as quick as possible to go home and sleep. And before I knew it, I was back in Rotterdam as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.